Hi everyone. I'm sure you're all aware of the difficult circumstances facing the people of Ukraine right now. But what you may not be aware of are the circumstances facing orphan children in Ukraine. Infants, toddlers, and small children who have no say-so in where they are or why they're likely to be confined to an orphanage their entire childhood lives. This is the most personal and difficult video that I've ever had to make. My name is John Gress, and for years I've done whatever I could to help. And I've watched my dear friend Mark Davis and his wife Anna, who's from the same small town as the first orphanage that they've taken under their wings, and their nonprofit organization Abundance International struggle to do their best to help these very small children in a very real, personal, and direct way. They've taken it upon themselves to personally get these children the help that they so desperately need. This orphanage is home to approximately 140 children at a time, from newborns to only 4 years old. It's the drop-off center for unwanted children, of which at least a third have special needs with physical disabilities. Unlike here in the West, there are no foster care or special needs systems, and the application process for adoption in Ukraine can take up to 2 years, and very few are adopted every year. Many of the infants dropped off at an orphanage have been abandoned because of their physical disabilities and the inability to care for those needs. The government of Ukraine is only able to provide minimal provisions and does not provide enough funding to cover even some of the most basic necessities for these babies, such as diapers, the more expensive needed medicines, rehabilitation equipment, and neither do they cover any expansion or renovation projects despite the growing number of children. Without the medications and physical therapy equipment provided by Abundance International, many of these children would be physically scarred for life, and some might just not even survive. It takes nearly 350 workers to run this orphanage for these children, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There are no off days taking care of infants. Half of these are volunteers, and the other half are paid minimally. The director of this facility is a wonderful woman who's been there 35 years. It's her passion, dedication, and life's work to care for these helpless children. But after 4 years old, they go on to the next orphanage, and at the age of 16, they're pushed out on their own. Some may get jobs and make it on their own, and others may turn to drugs and crime. Mark and Anna's organization has worked so hard and done so many amazing things to provide these children with the necessities they so desperately need: diapers, rehabilitation equipment, and they're only a few $1,000s away from being able to complete a new, badly needed intensive care ICU unit for the orphanage, which they've already been able to raise enough money to start construction. But all of this just isn't going to be enough. So they've also begun to search for grants to be able to continue to help these children and to hopefully then help the older children and exiting teens next. As a father, even donating whenever I could, watching the plight of these infants and toddlers has just been heartbreaking for me. But when Mark recently sent me a photo of him holding a beautiful 4-day-old baby who happened to have been born with a cleft palate, so was abandoned at the orphanage, I felt like a train hit me, and I literally broke down in tears and cried. Mark didn't know it when he sent me that picture, but my 2 older daughters have been born with clefts, and they're perfect in every way. This terrible sadness overwhelmed me with the horrifying realization that had that been them born there, that would have likely been their fate, and that could have very well been them Mark was holding in his arms, destined to live out their lives, not in my arms, but there in the orphanage. A beautiful, innocent baby condemned to a life sentence for something that he or she has no control over. And I knew I had to do something more, anything more than I can do alone to help. So I started this Indiegogo campaign to try to help raise the additional money that they need to help these children, so that we, together, can do something more for them, to finish the intensive care unit, to obtain professional grant writers, to try to secure permanent help for these children, and maybe even give these babies just a small stuffed animal for their very first holidays. I'm hoping you'll join me in helping to raise the money that these children need, and I'm asking for your help to spread the word to everyone you know, to pitch in wherever you can. No amount is too small, even a few dollars, whatever you can. to help us complete this intensive care unit for these children before the holidays, and to help us get them the professional grant writing assistance that they need to be able to make sure that these children can continue to be given the care and hope that they should have. Your pledge will go directly to the completion of the intensive care ICU unit to provide necessities such as diapers, medicine, and physical therapy equipment, and to help us obtain grants to ensure the orphanage will not only be able to continue to give these children a chance today, but to be able to continue to directly save these little lives for every tomorrow. Thank you for watching this, for your support, and for helping spread the word and share this with everyone you know.